So she had where we go. Look, you ever see that? When you got 15 seconds, she revealed that. And when you have then one of the things that I wanted to say to those on media, on social media, and to the audience, one of the things I want to say that those that are not here, you see him get seen. You see him get seen from Belinda Rod, Peter Green, Marcus Lee, and Charles Carter, and who's that? They're not here. For one reason, I'm saying, yeah, I'm saying, Matt Cummings is not here. These individuals are not here. And for whatever reason, some of them said they could come on Zoom, and they didn't do it. What does that say about the character? You say you come on Zoom, and I don't care if you're right. So you always understand that district, say for example, I'm in District 1, and you want to be my representative, if you don't have the decency to interact with me at a forum, and don't show up because of your political affiliation, because you already lost this game. How can you give them justice with no love? How can you give them justice with no love? You those that don't kids in our community, they if you say that one thing, but you listen to your parents or your heart, you need to work with me. You don't want to represent me in my district. So you said, this is my boss. And then you keep my tax off. And you make the one good to be able to do it. Don't get off my football.
Amen.
And I had to say it. I had to say it. And I think each and every one of you that came here to engage with the community. That's their volume forward. But for those that hide behind there, oh, I had right with the children part. And that's the Holy Ghost part. Please join me. Because the Bible said those who live by the Spirit are the children of God. So you live by the heart of the God. We have to examine your heart. And I apologize for getting my so far that burns that especially my heart. It's probably inappropriate. And I'm gonna turn it over to moderate and get out of the way.
She can't hear anything, so find a way to tell her.
Yeah, they will. Yeah. She said she can't hear.
Okay, thank you all so much for being here. We very much appreciate the candidates being here. And since we only have 5 candidates, every question will have a minute and a half to give you extra time. So this evening, we will start with opening statements by the candidates. We're going to start each question. We're going to start different districts, different candidates in each district. So we'll just call your name when it's your turn. So you don't have to try and keep up. We'll do that for you. So with our opening statements, the timekeeper will put a minute and a half on our clock. And we will start with Ms. Skelton and work our way left to Mr. Moore. Ms. Skelton.
Good evening. I am Sharon, and I am running for the Lord's seat for the City of Virginia Beach School Board. And I said that we need a school board to be effective for our community and those that embrace diversity and bring that to the board. I'm here to support educators, to engage our community. And I am here also to prepare our students for the future. I'm looking forward to serve every student, every day. I am Sharon, and I am running for the Lord's seat for the City of Virginia Beach School Board. Thank you.
Thank you. And next we have School Board Member Frank. And she is muted. We y'all can let her know when to unmute.
I'm so sorry. I can hardly hear you. I apologize.
That's okay. Ms. Franklin, we're doing
What was that? I'm not sure if you can hear me or not, but I'm Jennifer Franklin, and I'm so happy to be here with you tonight, albeit via Zoom. And I am the vice chair of the school board currently, and I've served the last 3.5 years, and I'm so honored to have been the representative for the Kempsville district. And I have just loved our Virginia Beach division. I think that we have got so much to be proud about in our division, and I really love to be able to highlight the things that we're doing well, and also work cohesively with other school board members to make sure that we're working on the things that we need to improve. But I am proud to announce that we did amazing on our SOLs. And again, we have a lot to be proud of in our division. I have been an advocate of public education in Virginia Beach, for over 25 years, starting as a room mom and then ending up as a PTSA president at Kempsville High School. And I just think our division does amazing work. I'm going to share a little bit later just some of the success stories that I've seen in the short amount of time that I've been in the division and on the school board. And I just am so proud to have been able to serve the last 3.5 years. And I certainly hope that I have the ability to serve more.
okay. Thank you, Ms. Franklin. So next we have School Board Member Kendrick.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so very much for having me here tonight in regards to my office. So I am the current serving board member for District 4. I was appointed earlier this year. And in the 6 months that I have been on the board, I have been able to survey a great deal of accomplishments with our school district, as well as some areas where we can work on improvement, especially for District 4. I have enjoyed the time that I've been on the board working with all of my colleagues. When I went for the appointment, I was told I'm crazy that you want to get involved with school board and the craziness that goes on with politics. But my goal is to bring civility and respect in leadership. It's about servant leadership. It's not about politics. It's about people. And that is how I have led since being in this seat. There's some challenges in my district primarily. It seems that the furthest away from the oceanfront you are, the less the resources. And so we've got some real work to do with infrastructure and with our remedial school, Renaissance Academy. But we have some things to celebrate. I come from a background of legislation and finance background, and many of the challenges we face today are legislative and financial in nature. I have been appointed to serve on the legislative committee as the chair for the school board, and I look forward to continuing.
Thank you. And next we have Mr. Smith.
Good evening. My name is Vincent Smith. I'm here running for the District 5 seat. I was born here in Hampton in the 1970s. My father, who was an Apollo engineer, worked on the Apollo missions. They decided they wanted me to grow up back in West Virginia where they grew up, so that's where the accent came from. We've been to Northern Virginia to graduate from high school and then circled back here chasing work a dozen years ago. I love it here. And I can tell you, I've talked to many people in our community while I'm out meeting the community who all tell me that they moved here for our schools. I have to agree, we have really good schools here. We have great schools here. I'm not running because I'm mad about something. I'm not running because I want to upset the apple cart. I have a set of skills that make me uniquely the best qualified candidate for this moment in our school's history because we have a capital infrastructure problem that's approaching us like a tidal wave. We have 86 schools that are aging much faster than we're dealing with the problem. I have over 25 years of capital program management experience. I'm currently managing over $330 billion of active capital construction, and I have the skills it will take to fix the problem. So I encourage you to support me for District 5 School Board.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. And our last opening statement is Mr. Moore.
My name is Noah Moreland. I'm running for the District 7 seat on the school board. I've been born and raised right here in Virginia Beach, my entire life, lived here my entire life. And something that always comes up when we talk about elected positions or elected offices is you really want a diverse range of people and opinions that are on these positions so you can represent as many different perspectives as there are. And I think I offer an incredibly different and unique perspective than a lot of current and past school board members. We have a lot of parents, previous teachers, that kind of thing, that are on the school board. But I'm not those, but I did go through Virginia Beach Public Schools, K through 12. All three of my siblings went through the public school system. I'm a youth leader at my church, so on a weekly basis, I'm constantly interacting with elementary, middle school, and high school students that attend these schools, many of which are in my district. So I hear direct feedback from the kids themselves on things happening. I'll go in for youth, and they'll actually come up to me, "No, did you hear about this going on? What's your opinion on this? What would you do if you're on the school board?" So they're actually becoming aware of these things now that they know I'm running. And it's great to hear their direct feedback. Because of that, I think I can be best suited to put them first in the school system, because that's what the school board should be, no matter what, it's students first.
Good evening, candidates, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for showing up today for this most important school board of the week. Let's move to our first question. Virginia Beach is struggling to retain teachers while competing with other localities. Newly qualified educators. To address this issue, would you propose changes for the next budget? For example, where would you cut the budget in order to increase teachers' pay? Superintendent Franklin, would you respond?
I'm doing now.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Can I just make sure I understand the question? The question is that we're struggling to retain teachers while competing with other localities. Is that the question?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I can't really hear what you're saying, so I'm just going to answer. So quite frankly, that is a struggle because one of the problems that we have is that we are, due to the nature of the timeline that City Council requests our budget in order to make sure that they can put their budget out, that puts us first out of the gate. So ordinarily what happens, even if we have a great win, being able to accommodate teachers with a raise or a bonus, then typically what happens is that the competing divisions and neighboring divisions will then go ahead and add a half, a 1 or 2% on top of what we've provided. And that, of course, puts us, in a very difficult position after we've already put our budget out there. So that is, one of the things that I really want to work on with City Council is our timing. I think that puts us at a deficiency, honestly, when we're putting our budget out there. But on top of that, we do absolutely need to figure out what we can do to ensure that we retain our teachers. Because if we don't have the best workforce possible, it is going to be very hard to stay in the position we are, which is leading the division and leading our neighboring cities in terms of the SLL scores that just came out. We were the leaders in that. We were the leaders across the state. So I really feel like we do have to work with the state, work with the City Council, and find ways that we can and find some monies to be able to accommodate. But of course, we do have to look at our budget as well, and we need to make this a priority.
Thank you. Superintendent Kendrick, what would be your response?
I agree with my colleague, Ms. Franklin. It is unfortunate that, Virginia Beach, we always lead, we're first out the gate with taking care of business. And so as she said, we put our budget out first, and then surrounding cities, they end up, increasing their salaries for their starting teachers a little bit higher. But what I'd like to see us do, because, we need to look at the cost of living. Cost of living at Virginia Beach is higher than all of the surrounding cities near us. So we need to make our starting salary for incoming teachers commensurate with the cost of living here in the city of Virginia Beach. We're losing too many amazing teachers that could be coming here to our division. And so we should look at a sample survey from another locality who has a cost of living such as ours, and look at, raising the salary to that level to accommodate the pay. So it is a top priority. Out of all the 7 cities, we're second, or 8 cities, we're second to the bottom. We need to look at doing better, and I know that we are. So hopefully we can move our budget this season to where we can ensure that we're competitive in that area.
Thank you, Ms. Kendrick. Mr. Still, would you provide an answer to that?
Well, I'm lucky enough to be married to one of our teachers, so I hear a lot about this on a day-to-day basis. And I have to say that Virginia Beach Schools is a good place to work, but we do need to make sure we have a very robust, competitive compensation package for our teachers. I don't want to downplay the need to be stable in their environment economically. But let's also talk about why our teachers are leaving and why we have a retention problem. We need to let the teachers teach. we need to reduce drastically the non-teaching responsibilities that are being assigned to our teachers. Just because we think it's a good idea to buy a new piece of software to replace a piece of software that was working, and then we have to put the teachers back into training for new software that we didn't really need. We need to take a good hard look at a lot of those decisions that lay things on teachers' laps that are not teaching responsibilities.
Mr. Gordon, you
Yes, so in addition to what the other candidates have said, I talked to quite a few teachers myself, and I'm not door knocking, and stuff like that, and I do agree with, we do need to up our game in terms of what we're paying our teachers, respective to the actual work that they put in. Conversations I've had with teachers have been, they should really be respected for their role as educators, and as such, they should be compensated for their job as educators. And I think we can find room to properly compensate them when we look at what we're doing with other parts of the budget. You know, earlier this year, the school board voted on approving plans for new school buildings. It was about $15 million. The plans of which those schools, one of them, I believe, is over 100,000 square feet. There's no way any of them are ever going to get built. And I think that $15 million that we put into these plans for buildings, we could have taken and either helped with renovations of school infrastructure, or even put that towards compensating our teachers.
Thank you, Mr. Gordon. Ms. Delphine, do you have a response to that?
To remind our constituents in the audience that our teachers have not had substantial raise or a wage limit since 2008. I'd also like to remind all of you that the school board itself is not a tax entity, meaning that we can't tax individuals to make our school system meaningful. Now, we get money from three places: federal, state, and local. When those three do not interact together, that means that even those things that they send out to us to work up to, most times they are unfunded mandates. When these unfunded mandates come down, that means that we have to pull funds somewhere from that budget, meaning that leaves someone without resources. Our teachers have too long without getting a living wage. They have gone too long without having someone to support them with what they need. My constituents said a lot of good things, but we need to get those three entities to fund our teachers.
Okay, so thank you, candidates. So now we'll move to our second question. At the May meeting of City Council, Chief Newdigate said of 7 murder cases so far in 2024, 5 of those murders involved juvenile suspects and victims who were linked to Renaissance Academy. Reacting to this information, Superintendent Robertson promised a mentorship program for Renaissance. The City Council voted to expand the Parks After Dark program to give youth a place to go. And the mayor has proposed state legislation to require teaching anger management and de-escalation skills in our classrooms. So with multiple efforts across the city focused on Renaissance, do you think that our school board should take any action concerning the academy? And we will start with school board member Kendrick.
Thank you for that question. You know, it's an all-hands approach to addressing violence. And while we have our city and the different levels of leadership working to address and offer solutions, and I believe that those are great solutions, there can be more that we can do in support of those efforts. With the Renaissance Academy, there's some work that needs to happen when it comes to providing more support to our students that are there. Though we're doing a really good job, I'd like to see us increase resources to help them. Because a lot of these challenges are social, and we need more support from our social working resources that we have. So I think I believe the school board should be more hands-on with providing solutions to de-escalate those occurrences.
Thank you so much. And now we will move to Mr. Smith.
So let's look at the reasons why some of these students wind up in the Renaissance Academy. It may be out of frustration, it may be out of socioeconomic frustration. It may be a discipline issue. It likely was a discipline issue that landed them there. But let's also look at the mental health reasons. I suspect that a lot of these students wind up in this position because they needed more mental health support. They're still developing their brains. The decision-making parts of their brains are one of the last parts of their brains to develop, to be able to make good decisions. So as a school board member, I think the one thing that I would look into is whether we should mandate or at least highly suggest or somehow let's get these students into some mental health care while they're in the Renaissance Academy. Let's make it part of the curriculum. And, to parallel what Ms. Kendrick said, let's look at the curriculum there to see if we can include that with the other things that we want.
Thank you. And now Mr. Moreland.
So one of the instances that you know we had in one of the murders happened in the Level Green area, which is actually 100 feet away from my doorstep. I came home from work one day and saw it on the news that was going on. And it's a townhouse neighborhood pretty close from where I am. And I actually went and spoke at the city council meeting when they talked about expanding the Parks After Dark into that Level Green area neighborhood. And I think even just from a school board member perspective, you see city council members, they go out, speak at community events, the actual people talk directly to the constituents. They're very visible and very seen. And I think as school board members, they need to do that exact same thing. When the Parks After Dark program finally gets implemented at the Level Green beginning of next year, I plan to actually go some of those events, talk with the parents, talk with the students, make sure that they know they have a school board member representing them, and ask them what they want to see from Renaissance Academy or anything like that. I think Renaissance Academy does a lot of great things, and in terms of teacher support, they probably don't get a lot of the same support as other teachers, but it is a very needed institution. Some of these students and children, they just need a bit more guidance than others, and I think Renaissance Academy provides that great element, and it needs to say that.
Thank you, Mr. Moreland. And Ms. Felton.
Thank you for the question. And I was going to say, it's unfortunately that Chief Newgate stigmatized Renaissance. My 8 years as a school board member on the City of Virginia School Board, it was one of my jobs and my dedication to visit Renaissance. While there on the school board, I was one of the authors that made sure that some of the branding of the Renaissance Academy had been flipped, making it look like a more acceptable approach scope. My parents said it's for bad students. My bad students make wrong decisions. And a lot of times students go to Renaissance. They have decided to say that because Renaissance speaks to what they need. A lot of students can't function in a large, maybe classroom. So at Renaissance, they got more structure, more interaction, one-on-one. While a school board member visit the Renaissance most often in every program that they have, talking with the students, talking with the parents. Some people said it was the best decision that they made to come to Renaissance because they got them on a straight path. Now, yes, we need to invest more into Renaissance. We need to invest more in just But if we don't allow the budget and the money to give us the resources that we need, this is happening to us.
School board member.
Okay, I'm just going to start. I appreciate this question so much because I've got to tell you, I am the school board member that has been fully committed to Renaissance Academy. And with all respect to Chief Newdigate, those disappointing and frustrating situations that happened with the students, the Renaissance students were the victims and not the perpetrators. So I just want to make sure that is clear when the information is going out there that they were actually the victims in those situations. Now, when it comes to Renaissance, first of all, we should be so thrilled that we have got an alternative education academy that allows us to not expel our students, because one of the things that we need to do is make sure that these kids are not just sitting around and finding trouble and letting trouble come to them. We've got to give them hope and some purpose for their future. And that is one thing that I think that Renaissance does very well. I've been instrumental in making sure that we widen the bridge between Renaissance and our charter school, Greenmont Collegiate. In fact, we had our first graduate that was at Renaissance grade 6 through 8, who just graduated from GRC with honors and a full ride to Radford University. That is why our school division is so amazing, because we are truly changing lives. And the other thing that we're doing is we have brought AVID, which is a wonderful program that allows kids to have foundational skills that they truly need, because a lot of these kids, when we look at the discipline packets, we see that they need some help, some assistance in reading and math and science. So we're actually building programs. We've got new sorry, I could talk forever about this, but we're doing some good stuff.
Thank you for your response. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move to our third question. I allow for collective public schools. If approved,
So self-informing is good, and people tend to get very heated about it. But if it were ever actually introduced and actually passed into law, we had collective bargaining here in Virginia. How I find interacting with parents, you have to go to each situation, whether it be at the bargaining table or anything like that, saying, one, what we're doing here is for the students first, no matter what, is the decision we're making best for the students. And two, the teachers and the coming from a good faith point of view. They shouldn't be villainized. No one in that situation needs to be villainized. And discussing what their needs are and what they need in order to best help the students. That's
thank you, Mr. Morrison. Ms. Felton, would you respond to that question?
They had something called meeting conference. First was something they put together to make sure that the teachers, but it would be, and that it's not fully implemented as the teachers establish today. But we collective bargaining. It's about hearing the voices of the teachers, bringing them to the table to hear exactly what their needs are, to get that support that they need from administration. Not only that, alleviates the frustration for the teachers and the staff, knowing and understanding that they are now at the table. The voices are heard, and that's what I'm all about. I'm about that to feed my students, every student, every day, every parent, everyone wants to hear from me. Everyone wants to know that they want to be heard, and their situation is evaluated on how they see it through their eyes, not just one set of eyes. Yes, collective bargaining is one of those very complicated situations that's coming about. But in order for us to get a full value, a full understanding of supporting our teachers, obtaining teachers, and recruiting teachers, this is one of the things that we do. Thank you.
School board member, Ms. Franklin.
Sorry about that. So, when the issue of collective bargaining came up, thanks to the General Assembly making some changes, we deliberated as a school board very extensively. We looked into it, but keep in mind that our school division does not have ultimate taxing authority. Our school budget has to be approved by City Council. And quite frankly, the cost of even exploring the collective bargaining, hiring a specialized attorney to make sure that we looked at that the cost and what we were going to do, just led us to believe that we are not going to be ahead of the curve and first out of the gate on this issue. So we have many other divisions that have already approved collective bargaining. And I say that we just take a look at it, what they're doing. But right now, I cannot support collective bargaining when we have teacher retention issues, teacher compensation issues. We also have unfunded mandates. We also have lots of other things that are really taxing our budget right now, including construction and including making sure that we do have those special aids, special education and disability, gifted programs. We've got all of this that is already weighing on our current budget. And I know that a lot of people look at our budget, but I actually printed our budget from our Tuesday meeting, and you would be surprised at how much is already being weighed on our budget. So to incorporate a new program at the cost of we don't even know how much, I think would just not be fiscally responsible right now. Again, we can watch other divisions as they explore.
Thank you, Ms. Franklin. School board member, Ms. Kendrick, would you respond to it?
Thank you for the question. I agree with my colleagues, Ms. Franklin. We do have so much weighing on our budget. And as I said earlier, we do not have taxing authority. Our funds come from the state and the localities and the federal government. And so while it is important to sit with teachers, understand their needs and what resources they need, we definitely need to do that. But we need to also be transparent with our budget and the realities that we face that come along with that. There's demands, but then there's also resources, and we can make demands, but if the resources are not there, or if it comes at a cost on another area of the budget, we need to be realistic. So if this did pass and we did use it and apply it in our division, we should look at the other divisions that do have collective bargaining. We should look to see how those practices work, but make sure that everyone is at the table so that we are meeting the needs and the requirements to ensure that our school system stays the top-notch school system that it is in the city of Virginia Beach.
Thank you for your response, Ms. Kendrick. Mr. Smith, do you have a response?
Well, yes, the question is, how would you navigate that kind of system? I'm just going to tell you, with difficulty, because when you bring in a third party to moderate these discussions, it's going to blur the lines of communication. But you're trying to solve a problem where your employees are not being heard. So why would you want to blur what they're trying to tell you with a third party? As far as how you would actually navigate that, I have to agree with Ms. Bella that you need to confer. I'm not being derogatory about being confer. It's a very fancy word for listen to your stakeholders, listen to your employees, and listen to your teachers. And I think we can just do more of that.
Thank you.
We vote on that. Are we just having a conversation? Can I have a conversation?
Let's finish our evening and then we think you'll have time to close this thing. So we can save it there.
If I could clarify, I wasn't trying to talk down about being confer. I'm just a little more simple term person. So.
Okay, so we will move on to our fourth question. And this one's a bit more broad. considering that you're all hoping to be or continue being on school board, hopefully you have developed a vision for where you see education going in Virginia Beach. Would you share with us what is your vision for education in Virginia Beach? And this time we'll start with Mr. Smith.
Well, I've been asked this question quite a bit as I've knocked doors and talked to constituents and community members in District 5, and I'm going to give you a pretty simple answer. My goal is to turn Virginia Beach schools back into the schools to what they were before parents started taking their children out of the schools to homeschool.
You say this like 30 seconds. Okay, so Mr. Moreland.
So my goal with the school system, when I'm in there, the 4-year term, is to make it the best school system, that I possibly can in preparation for my future children. I'm lucky enough to be getting married this year, and I expect we'll probably have kids in the next couple years after that. And change takes time, and my kids might not be old enough to go in the school system now, but one day they will. I expect we'll probably stay in Virginia Beach for several years, if not the rest of my life. So why wouldn't I do the best I possibly can to be able to tell people that I am proud to send my kids to Virginia Beach public schools. I went there from K through 12. All 3 of my siblings went through public school system, and it's not something anyone should ever be ashamed of. And the difficulties that we have in the school system might not be fixed in the 4 years that I'm on the school board, but we can lead the way for and change, hopefully in terms after that, several years after that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Moreland. And next is Ms. Dalton.
Thank you. Serving 8 years on the school board in general, and enjoy doing it as well. My intent is to go back and to make sure that we support our teachers and our educators, to make sure that they get a living wage, and to make sure that they're supported and they are being heard and listened to. So I want to stay engaged with our community and our parents, which is most important. That's what I started out as a community advocate in my community. Talk with parents, take them to the school, show them how to navigate, making their students successful. I believe in public education because if we have good schools, we have good community, good society. Parents that do not want their child to be well educated. That's what I'm advocating for. That we get the resources for all of our schools and all of our students. Every student, every day, every student deserves a quality education. Not only that, to go back and further prepare our students for skills. If you have never been to one, you'll see we had all the students stand up, and most of them, if not all, they are applied to military school. They come out as entrepreneurs. They come out as skilled people ready for the future. That's what I build on in our public schools. I know that we can do it. I think we can do it. That's about one thing that I do. Speak.
Well, I'm going to tell you my biggest vision for Virginia Beach schools, because we're already an amazing division. In fact, we are the leader in Hampton Roads in education, and we're so proud of that. I'm so proud of that. But I got to tell you, it is collaboration. I have said this time and time again. We have to start at the top. We've got to start with a school board that collaborates, that works together, that talks together. We're getting better, but we need much more cohesiveness in the board working together and not against each other. We also need that collaboration when it comes to parent and teacher partnerships. And when I say partnerships, I mean respect. It starts with respect. And then it also goes into communication. We've got to make sure that these parents and teachers are communicating, that we're communicating the expectations of the children, and of the students and their behavior and what is expected of them in their work. There are going to be some changes when it comes to that. And I think that's very important because we need to make sure that we are maintaining the excellent reputation that this division has. And we are doing amazing things. I will tell you time and time again that we are changing lives through the Entrepreneurship Business Academy that we just added at Kempsville, through all of the other programs that we already have. But yes, do we need to do a little bit more to make sure that we're looking at those learning scores, that we're looking at our elementary scores and our reading scores, because we all know that if a third grader is not reading at third grade level, we already know basically what we're going to need for prison cells in the future. It's the statistics. And so what we need to do is we need to make sure that we are raising up all children to succeed.
Thank you. And the last response to this question is from Member Penny.
Thank you. We do have an incredible division, and it's an honor and a privilege for me to be a part of this division. But I'm running, my vision for my service is to continue putting our children's futures first. It's about the children and not politics. I want to see less politics. We should not have so much political work happening within our school system. Moving away from the social issues, moving back to scholastics. My background is with constituent services. I served as the district chief of staff for Congressman Scott Ridgel, and I did that for 6 years. I managed a district of 700,000 people. And my goal was to make sure that service was first and foremost, with knowing the needs of my district and working to resolve those matters. We need to do a better job of being more cohesive with our parents and getting parental involvement. And also, my background in workforce development, being the senior vice president in the Hampton Road Economic Development Alliance, I got to see a lot of the workforce gaps, and we have amazing opportunities for training and education for our students that build a curriculum that will align with those career opportunities once they graduate. Is another goal that I have to ensure that we strengthen our schools, strengthen their opportunities once they graduate, and we put our children's futures first.
Thank you all candidates for answering our questions tonight. We would like to give each one of you a minute and a half with the closing statement. Is to you should be elected to the school board of Virginia Beach. On my right, Mr. Warren.
Before they do their closing statement, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. Okay? A little short break, because we ordered a lot. Yeah, so we always feed our guests and our candidates.
Hey, you have to run with us.
Yeah. Father God, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for the food we're about to see, for the nourishment of our body. We thank you for new grace and new mercy. Thank you, God, for the hands that were in Jesus' name. Amen. You can go get some, as Jed said, some business. Chicken, meatball. Yeah, we need to go get 5 minutes. 5 minutes, Mr. Franklin. It's on scale. Everyone is going. One is we got plenty of food over here. But this is what we do. Come back and grab it. She If he doesn't get this show on. So I can proceed. I've heard it's my fault. I said, I wrong. Thank you. I got some more comments. They're just small. Huh? But, you know, so what I said, I mean, because it bothers me, because it's kind of about race, kids, and you let someone from another part, go there. And they can't do something.
protecting Jennifer?
Yeah. She's doing really good on that. Here's the next question, and you're gonna be thorough. Because she can't hear.
You know, the mic would be whatever computer is set up for.
Yeah, well, I think she can see this screen, so she probably speaking, so she can see what she's got. And she can see. Like,
I'm busy before.
But it bothers me. I'm gonna put it on.
Better not be up there talking about me.
You someone?
The speaker's right there. So I sat in the wrong spot. That's the spot right there. I think I should, my intention was to sit right there first, in the front, because last time we did it, I didn't have no problem when I sat right there. Yeah, so if we ever do this next year, I sit in the front.
Thank you all for question. Now get a chance to tell the voters why they should elect you to the Virginia School Board. Get a minute, one half.
Thank you, and it was a pleasure being here. District 7 is a very important district, an area of Virginia Beach that I think gets overlooked. And for me, I think I'm living proof of our public school system's need to do better at some of this. I graduated Old Dominion University with a bachelor's in criminal justice, but I ended up working in the utility industry. And I find I enjoy it. It pays well. There's a thriving need for smart, hardworking students in that area. And the school system doesn't do nearly enough to show students that chance and give them the opportunities that they need to thrive outside of the school system. And that means not just university. University works great for some people. Some people are more than happy to jump straight into the workforce if they know they're given an option. I'd love to see, apprenticeships, a cooperation with business partners in the community to give these students chances and jobs that they can enjoy, thrive in, potentially create their own businesses in. And I'm looking forward to and more than happy to see what the Virginia Beach public school system has in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan. Mr. Smith, do you have a comment?
I do. I want to start off by just saying that right now, our society and our politics as a country is so disjointed and at each other that one goal I have in the school board as a member is to do the best that I can do to stabilize the policy shifts for the sake of the students. The students are not going to benefit from policies changing every time we get a new government. I think that to help the students in their futures, that we all need to do better for them in that sense, because their future is still in front of them and we can help them. If you want to know more about me, you can find me on my website, vincentsmithvd.com. Also find me on Facebook, Facebook.com/VincentSmithVD. If you'd like me to come by your house and have a chat, just reach out there and I'll come by. Thank you much.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Yes, thank you so very much, Andrew Rose Black Caucus, for hosting this forum this evening. If someone had told me that I would be on the school board right now, I would tell you no, that would not be accurate, because I don't want to have anything to do with politics. But here I am, and since being in this role, I'm so thankful that I have the opportunity to serve in this prestigious division for this incredible city and for my amazing district. District 4 is a special election. Whoever gets elected to the seat will only have 2 more years to execute the work that needs to be done to make an impact. Then being on this board for the 6 months that I've been on, I've been able to see that I do make an impact. I bring a different perspective to the board. We have experienced teachers, and I know that when people think to be on the school board, oh, you have to be a K-12 teacher. We have plenty of teachers. The challenges that we're facing on the school board right now are fiscal and legislative in nature. My background being a businesswoman with an MBA, I understand budgets, I understand revenues. I bring that experience. And legislative, we need to be able to lobby at all levels of government to bring in more resources. I've started to work for Betty F. Williams, and I intend to finish it. There's a lot of light that needs to be shined on District 4, and I intend to do it. Please send me back for 2 more years, and I will make it.
No, you have a post-
Yes, sir. And this is good information. I appreciate it. So, this is State and Health Rose Black Caucus. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to my constituents that are here in the audience and that are viewing in on Roots Media. And I want them to know that I am their school board member. Even though they called out districts, I've always focused on being an at-large member. I reached from all the way up to College Park, all the way down to Pongo. And I just like to say that I will continue to be every student, every day. I will continue to be an at-large member to reach out to every parent at all time. You can reach me on my website, Sharon Fulton for BB Schools. My website, and detail can't tell you all about me, but I want you to know that I come to this school book history. I served 8 years. And while I was on there for 8 years, I got to consider things. I am one of the co-authors for the educational equity policy. Co-authors making sure that policies were restructured to meet our children where they were. So just want to allow disciplinary things that they did not understand. Once they went to the Renaissance, make sure they had things put in place to get them going correctly. I'm a parent, and I reach out to parents as well. I was born and raised in the city of Virginia Beach. All my children went to BB School, and my grandkids. I look forward to working with you again. I'm Sharon Felton, running the BB School at large. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bell.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Hampton Roads Black Caucus. You've been a great partner in the last 3.5 years for me. And I just want to say, as someone who has dedicated my time and energy to this very important role, I care deeply about our students, our staff, and our community. While I have seen the challenges we face, I've also witnessed the tremendous potential for meaningful change. And my commitment remains steadfast to listen, learn, and lead, and creating the best possible environment for student success. And I'm going to tell you, I appreciate Mr. Ron. I appreciate his collaboration in working with some of these specific students and his partnership with Men of Faith and providing mentorships. And that is what we have to do, because together we can build a future where every student is supported and empowered to thrive. I humbly ask for your vote and the opportunity to continue this very, very important work, making a real difference in our schools. With significant experience leading the board after this election, we need somebody like me with a proven track record who is ready from day one to roll up their sleeves, get the job done, and help maintain the excellence of this division. And I just want to let you know you can reach me at jenfranklinvforvb.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. It was wonderful. President of Hampton Roads.
On behalf of the Hampton Roads Office, on behalf of Dreams Beyond, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for participating. We'd like to thank those on the line for participating. We'd like to thank the candidates that participated in this. You blessed us with your presence and your insight. You elected what we can do for our kids. And we thank you from my heart to your heart. Thank you. I'd like to thank the board, Hampton Roads Black Caucus, our president, Ms. Nina Francis, our chairman of our membership, Ms. Rose. Thank you. And our moderators, Ms. Karen Greenhalgh and Mr. Marcus Scriven. We thank you. We owe you. We're indebted to everything that we can Hampton Roads can do for you. We deeply appreciate it.
How can I join?
Say again?
How can I join?
Yeah. If you want to join, membership is half off if you want to join. And so please join. You can see our membership chair right here. Ms. Roberson, she'll be glad to enroll you and get you to join. Here soon, then the next week, we'll be rolling out our endorsements. So the thing is, seal endorsement. Then we're gonna put it on the website, social media. And we're gonna try to run it twice in the power, on Sunday and on Thursday, somewhere. The board and I will, will look at when they can run it in the Virginia Power. And so to give you some publicity, goes to the endorsement. So on behalf of the Hampton Roads Black Caucus, in the Dreams Beyond, we thank you. We thank you for the sound man. We thank you for the Virginia Beach Central Library. Thank you, people, voters. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, Ms. Rose, you want to join?